Dillian the Body Snatcher right here. It's a champ. Big up to Sporting Icon. Subscribe. Otherwise, I might pay you guys a visit.
Right, so post-fight review to Daniel Dubois versus KYOTARO Fujimoto. And this was in fact for the WBC Silver Heavyweight title. The title that Dillian Whyte held for quite a long time. And to be honest with you, before we get into it, I'm not too sure why this belt was on the line, as neither Dubois nor Fujimoto was ranked in the top 15 of the WBC at the time of making this fight. So anyway, that aside, now when this fight was announced, I was quite happy with this one because I thought Fujimoto would give down Dubois a few rounds. But that's completely opposite as to what happened. Daniel Dubois is just quite clearly the real deal. Daniel Dubois is a powerhouse and, to be honest, a very, very good boxer as well. And especially at this young age. Imagine how good he's going to be in 3, 4, 5 years' time. This guy's going to be unbelievable if he stays on the track that he's going down right now. Now, this fight only went 2 rounds. In the first round, Fujimoto was just on his bike. All he wanted to do was just see the first round out. Quite clearly, down Dubois, he kept trying to throw the right hand. Nothing really much landing, just the occasional jab here or there. But round number 2, down Dubois found his rhythm. And he knew exactly where Fujimoto was. He knew what Fujimoto was going to do. He found his distance. And what looked like it could have been a jab, Fujimoto went down. And at that moment I thought, oh, okay, so this fight's going to be over real quick. And that's pretty much what happened. I mean, Fujimoto, he made the count, of course, because he went down off of a jab. And down Dubois was unloading a few heavy shots on Fujimoto. Fujimoto was like tucking up against the ropes. And then he like come out and down Dubois caught him with an absolute peach right on the chin. And Fujimoto went down. That boy weren't moving. You stick a fork in him, he was done. Okay, he just weren't moving. Thankfully, obviously he didn't beat the count. The fight was then called off. Thankfully, he got up and was absolutely fine a few minutes later. But it did take a fair bit of time. But either way, down Dubois is deadly. Absolutely deadly. Is he what, 14-0 now? 15-0? I think he's gone distance once, and that was against Kevin Johnson. But everyone else, he's smoothed out. This boy's a real deal. Really big deal. But I don't want him to be pushed too far too soon. I don't want him to be in a situation where he's going to have to get chin checked himself and find out what he's really about. I still want him to gradually move up. I really do. But either way, he's going about things the right way. You know, British champion, Commonwealth champion, and now WBC silver champion. Yeah, of course, you could throw in the fact that he's WBO international now as well. Couldn't care less about his international title. It's a complete pointless belt, in my opinion. But WBC silver heavyweight title is a pretty big deal. Now he's going to be ranked quite well. Now he's going to be ranked within the big boys. So is he going to be mixing it with the big boys? I don't know. And even if he is, I think he probably handled himself against some of them. Really, I do. Some of them I'm not too sure if he's ready for. But again, he's so young that he still needs to be nurtured. He still needs to be gradually moving along. So I don't want to see him in there with the big guys right now. I really don't. Not to say I wouldn't give him a chance. Of course I would. But quite clearly, he's above a certain level. He's above that level of the Fujimotos and that of the world. He's way above the British and the Commonwealth and the European. In fact, I'll probably say stick at kind of like the European level. Gradually go through that way. Maybe a fight with Joe Joyce. Let's see what Joe Joyce is about. Because Daniel Dubois is looking the real deal. He really is. When I look at him, I think, yeah, you know what? World champion in the making, that's for sure. And do not be surprised if Daniel Dubois gets a WBC World Heavyweight title shot before the interim champion in Dillian Whyte. You know how it's going. And I wouldn't be happy with that whatsoever. But listen, Daniel Dubois did fantastic tonight against Fujimoto. As I said before, I expected Fujimoto to at least take him a few rounds. And this is a fight that potentially was talked about with Anthony Joshua, with him potentially going over to Japan and taking on a Fujimoto. This was probably about a year or so ago. Why? Because it's massive money in Japan. Boxing is huge over there. And they've never ever had a Japanese fighter in a world title fight before. So big money. These guys watch boxing in umpteen millions. So that's why Fujimoto was a potential opponent for Anthony Joshua. Ain't going to happen no more because Daniel Dubois just smoothed him out cold. And it only took him 2 rounds as well. So either way, congratulations to Dubois, looking real good. Be very interesting to see what 2020 holds for Triple D, Daniel Dubois. Drop your thoughts below, click thumbs up, subscribe. Catch you all on the next video.